Hi, Leonie here from the Gordon. I'm here today with restaurateur Jesse Hufghes. We are sitting here in his new restaurant, Felix, and we're going to have a little chat today about what Jesse's been up to, some of the businesses, and what's been happening in 2021 and what you're predicting for 2022.
Look, I've always been a creative person. I love cooking from a really young age. Mum was always kind of working in cafes, and every opportunity I got to go to work with her was always good fun. I've always been quite creative and love working with my hands. And right or wrong, I finished school at the end of year 10 and decided that's what I was going to do. So much so that nobody had any idea, and the school called my parents and said, why has he not picked any year 11 subjects? And they asked me, and I said, well, because I'm going to be a chef. So they said, if you get an apprenticeship, you can leave, and that's, I guess the rest is history, as they say. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, no, kind of similar for me as well. Left school a little bit early, but I think once it's your passion, you just love it, don't you? And you really enjoy getting in that kitchen and the buzz around the kitchen. So how did you go from being just a head chef to owning a business? So first you had Alma, which is a beautiful restaurant also. So what was that process like for you?
I guess I was quite lucky that the previous place I'd worked in Queenscliff, I was sort of given carte blanche as a manager to run the business without the risk of it being my money essentially, which doesn't often happen. So I'm forever grateful for that. So I had quite a good understanding of what to expect. But you never know everything. There's still quite a few things that I learnt with the baptism of fire, and better for going through that that process. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! And what do you think was that one of the hardest things, going from working for a business to then owning your own? What sort of skill sets do you think that you had to pick up along the way, I suppose?
I was blessed with such a great team. I could step away and know that everything was going to be ran exactly how I wanted it. So that side of things was fantastic. I think the biggest part for me was learning to stop stressing about the bank account each week. There's always going to be ups and downs, and learning to kind of manage my stress and anxiety around those sorts of things and allow it just to unfold. That was a big part for me, and having a great business partner made that a lot easier as well.
So opening a new restaurant in COVID, tell me about that. I think people will be just amazed, and your success has been fantastic. I've heard so many good reviews about the place. The food's fantastic. So what was it like opening a brand new restaurant in COVID?
It wasn't obviously our original idea. We approached the lease here in January of 2020 for everything to kick off obviously in February. So we were kind of committed at that stage, and we were lucky to have the support of really great landlords, both here and at Alma, because obviously trade slowed down there, which is how you pay for a new restaurant. So we were able to kind of take our time, and as much as it felt like we were being slowed down at every step, I believe it all happened for a reason, because look, had we opened up in the middle of 2020, I don't think we'd be sitting here today in this restaurant. So it's hard to say that we weren't blessed along the way. It did nearly break me. It was a lot of work. Running a restaurant's one thing, running it whilst trying to build a new one, that's another set of skills that I'm happy to just let sit for a little while.
Yes, because it's different to having one, two, that you can kind of control a lot more, to having the two.
That's right.
Has that been a challenge?
It has. Look, and we've taken a really well-established team that's worked together for some of us up to 12 years, and we've split that down the middle. To have it at both establishments, so that we can maintain the level of service and level of quality across the two. So that's been a challenge, because then we've obviously hired new staff to join those two teams, and we've just had to kind of deal with different personalities and different dynamics coming up in the two restaurants. But look, so far it's been really good, really rewarding.
So how do you think 2022 is going to look compared to 2021? If you could put your prediction.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be optimistic. I think people are super keen to get out. I'm excited for hopefully learning to adapt with living with it. And I think people are just keen to go and socialise and have good food and sit around, share, which is what both restaurants are all about. So I honestly think that 2022 is going to see a lot more positivity.
Well, I'm certainly looking to get past it. And one of the great things that I love about your restaurants too is that sharing sort of factor. And you're talking
Totally.
about the food as you're eating it. It's fantastic. So I think we'll all be looking forward to coming to your restaurants, and hopefully we're packed restaurants for next year.
I hope so too.
Thanks very much, Jesse.
Thanks, Leonie.